Hello, welcome to the Worst Art channel on YouTube. I'm your host, Chris Ripper, and I can't art. But I do it anyway. Welcome to Perspectember. I know that's a bit awkward as a word. I mean, I made it up, but we'll call it a word. I was inspired by things like Inktober, which have, very sort of catchy names, but I couldn't come up with a real catchy name because the word perspective is a bit clumsy when you try to mash it up with other words. And Perspectember was like the best I could do, but I really ended up thinking that it was quite fitting that it's so awkward because I am quite awkward, both as a human and certainly as a visual artist. So what is Perspectember, you may be asking, or not, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I've been doing art or attempting to do art for a few months now, and I noticed that I'm improving on some levels. Certainly I can sort of passively draw things that are semi-recognizable at this point, but I'm still feeling challenged in a lot of ways, which makes sense. I'm new to doing this. So I wanted to be really intentional about how I went about learning these skills. The best way to improve at anything is to practice, and I think that has a much higher likelihood of success if you're really intentional and methodical about the way that you practice. So one of the huge things that I have trouble with is perspective. I cannot wrap my head around it. My kid has tried to explain it to me in a somewhat ingenious way because they clearly understand better than I do. They were like, this is a square, and then they drew a flattened square, and they were like, this is like a helicopter pad, which is a square. It's just on the ground, so your perspective has changed. And I was like, honey, that's genius. I totally get what you're trying to do there, but I can't apply that. I don't understand it well enough to apply it to other things. So I thought I would just take a month and completely dedicate it to studying and trying to draw a perspective. So my goal at this point is to draw something perspective-y every day, and I'll be posting those on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram at, I think it's just at Chris Ripper. It'll be linked down below. I'll be taking some classes on Skillshare and probably watching some YouTube videos to try to pound the concepts of perspective into my head because I just can't figure it out. It's three-dimensional thinking and I just can't work it out. And I'm going to try to film some sort of weekly check-in vlog style kinds of things. I would like to have a way to track this journey. That's what is so interesting about this project and this channel to me, is tracking the journey of someone who's just learning something. And I completely geek out on videos like that. People learning languages, I like all of that stuff a lot. So that is the idea. I'm going to give it a shot. So I think I'll have a slightly different posting schedule in September. I'll try to post 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We'll see what happens. Speed painting type stuff will be on Wednesdays. Vloggy kind of check-ins will be on Fridays, and Monday will be me just yammering about shit. So here we go. Perspectember. Bring it the fuck on, man. All right. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you soon. Bye.